10 things you need to know if you have your driving test soon. All of this is important, so make sure you watch until the end. I'll be showing you things like where to park in the driving test centre, the most frequently asked questions and road signs, and so much more. Number one, and this is definitely the most important part of it all, you have to make sure everything is in date for the day of your test. First of all, check your learner permit, make sure that it will be in date for the day of your test. That's very important. Also, if you have your own car, go out and make sure you'll have tax, insurance and NCT. Email receipts won't cover you in your test. The discs have to be valid, in date and in the window. Also, check your insurance disc. Make sure it has that green strip down the side of it. If it doesn't, ring your insurance company and tell them to post you out a new insurance disc. Do not print it yourself. It won't have the proper green strip. Loads of tests are cancelled every day for people not having that green strip. Step 2. The day before your test, go out and check that all your lights are in working order and that the car is reasonably clean. Also, make sure you have your 2L plates clearly visible front and back. Try to do this early the day before your test. You don't want to be rushing around last minute the night before your test, or even worse, the morning of your test. Step 3. Get to the driving test centre 20 minutes before your official start time. Try to get familiar with the driving test centre car park before the day of your test. If it has car parking spaces like this, always make sure you reverse into the car parking space. The reason being, it makes it so much easier to drive straight out of the spot compared to if you drive straight in, you'll have to reverse out and it will be the very first thing the tester sees you doing. You want to make life easy for yourself. Once you reverse into your spot, make sure you're nice and straight and then turn your phone off. If you have a dash cam, take it off and put it in the glove box, and all you need to bring into the test centre is your learner permit. Step 4. Be in the waiting room 10 minutes before your official start time. The tester could call you early, so you want to be there if they do. They'll call you once. If you're not there, they'll call you once more, and that's it. If you're not there the second time, your test won't go ahead. Step 5. So when they call you, it's showtime. Be courteous and greet them with something like a hello, nice to meet you. And say it with confidence. Treat this like an interview and that you really want the job. The tester will bring you into the office, you will sit down at the desk and they will ask to see your learner permit. And you will have that ready in your hand or in your pocket and just hand it straight to them. You don't want to be fiddling around in your handbag or anything like that. Make sure it's ready, straight out of pocket. There you go. Now this is very important. If the tester looks like they're in bad form or they're grumpy, it's even better that way. At least then you know your job and they know theirs. You aren't friends, you're there to pass your driving test. So step number 6, you're straight into your road signs. There'll be a big chart in front of you on the desk and the tester will say, can you tell me what sign number 20 is? And you will scan down, you'll see number 20 and it will be something like this. And you will say cul-de-sac, proposed rural speed limit, no entry to vehicles, contraflow bus lane, level crossing ahead, unguarded by gates or lifting barriers, pass either side, no overtaking. Step 7, you're going to get straight into the test questions. They usually ask you between 4 and 7 of these, and same as the road signs, between 4 and 7. Now this one will definitely come up. What is the rule at the yellow box junction? Do not enter unless the exit ahead is clear. I can enter if I'm turning right, provided I'm not blocking traffic with right of way. What does a continuous white line along the centre of the road mean? No overtaking or do not cross. How would you identify a zebra crossing at night? Flashing amber beacons. When do you use your fog lights? Dense fog and falling snow. After you finish your signs and questions, the tester will just say very good and then it will be time to walk down to the car. As you're walking, try to keep up with the tester. A lot of them do walk fast because they have a job to do, so keep up with the tester. And they will ask you to direct them to your car. Bear in mind, there will be other people doing the driving test. Make sure you look left and right and don't walk out in front of anybody that's doing the driving test. When you get to the car, the tester will then ask you to open the bonnet. And then you will be asked questions like this. Where would you put the engine oil, the cap that's on the actual engine block? The tester could ask, how would you check your engine oil level. I'd make sure the car is parked on a flat surface, that the engine is cold. I would take out the dipstick, I'd wipe it with a cloth, put it back in all the way, and then when I take it back out, the engine oil level should be in between the minimum and the maximum level at the end of the dipstick. Where would you put your windscreen washer fluid? The windscreen washer fluid in this car is here. Usually you will see the picture of the windscreen and the water being splashed up onto it. Can you show me where you would put the brake fluid? Most of the times it's in this position in the car. It always seems to be just kind of under the steering wheel, and we're always looking for this symbol here. It's a circle with brackets around it. Okay, how would you measure your brake fluid level? Is in between the max, and then you can see the minimum down there levels. Where would you put your coolant? Kind of white, see-through. I would just check that the coolant was in between the full and low level there on the very end of the tank. After you've done that, you close the bonnet gently, and the tester will then ask you to get into the car and turn on the ignition. Turn on the ignition and open your window all the way. As you are doing this, the tester will be checking your tax, insurance and NCT and making sure you have your L plates on. The reason for that is so you can hear the tester when they're checking your lights. They will check your front lights and your front indicators, then they're going to walk to the back of the car, check your back lights, your back indicators, then ask you to press the brake. After the tester has checked the lights, they could either walk to your window or get into the car. Ever since COVID, sometimes they do it from the window, but sometimes they get into the car, and then they're going to ask you to demonstrate some of your secondary controls. They will ask you things like, where's your hazard warning lights and when do you use them? They could ask you to demonstrate how you demist your windscreen or back window, how you would wash your windscreen, where's your fog lights, and there's a load of other things they could ask. And step 10, before you get moving, the tester could ask you to do your hand signals here. If you don't do your hand signals here, you will do them after one of your manoeuvres, so be prepared for them. There's only 6 of them. Watch this video. How do you tell the traffic behind you want to turn right? Your hand goes straight out the window, thumb facing up. How would you tell the traffic behind you want to turn left? This is similar in the same way. We put our hand straight out the window, but now we rotate it anti-clockwise. How would you tell the traffic behind you want to slow down or stop? This is a little bit different. This time we face our palm down to the ground and we just wave our hand up and down. So if the tester says, how would you tell a guard or a flagman in front you want to turn right? This is really easy. Hand straight out the window. Exact same, there's no change there. How would you tell a guard or a flagman in front you want to turn left? So now this is a little bit different. This is where we use our right hand and we put it across our chest. How would you tell a guard or a flagman in front that we want to go straight? At this time we use our left hand. This is the only one we use our left hand for. And we just put it straight up in the air. Yes, we're going straight on. And that's it, you're ready to go. Now it's show time. Now it's time to demonstrate all your goshos, all your MSMM or MSPSL, and that's it. Let's go and get that license.